Actually worked out rather well. I like that.
Do you have somewhere that you've been staying during the day?
Yes, I do believe David normally would sleep there.
Well, that is quite feat.
Yes, as it turns out, is very secret and private, as I imagine he would normally like, rather than where you have him currently. There's sort of a smile on her face that appears.
And that's where we'll be going if they don't show up tonight.
We will? Why?
That was a question.
She
Or are you planning on sitting out there until the sunrise?
She shrugs. They should come. If they are as insistent as you say to be attacking you, then they should be stupid enough to... Marcus, your incredible aspects heightened sensitivity. Uh, remember, stay still. You don't have to roll for this. You hear it. There's a blending in with the huss and bus and muscle and all the other strange noises of the city is a particular car engine sound, which you may have heard before, and you've heard so many cars in your day. This one almost seems as if this is most likely your Auspex bullshitting you here, or some other sort of peculiar supernatural effect, but it sounds different, as if this car in particular menaces.
Does it sound like a blue sedan?
That could be.
Marcus is going to put a hand on Jermaine's shoulder and just say, they're here. Or, I think they're coming.
All right. In that case, he's going to pick up his rifle and start sweeping up and down the street.
Okay. Don't move. Actually, you can go back to moving 1 forward. That'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, I was just going to move up here and start sweeping.
Yeah. As soon as you move there, there's a vehicle that ends up turning onto the street. And combined with that is an effect that, Byron's going to be the one who manages to see this. There is a cloud of inky blackness that appears. No, not like that, Grimith. Use your radius template. There you go. Good job, Grimith. No, not there. There we go. Sort of blends in a bit, but it strikes in and immediately engulfs Joseph as well as Jermaine and the sitting Leslie. This cloud completely obscures light and even sound, and it is coated with some sort of incredible deathly chill. It undulates all around you, and for Marcus, who has narrowly escaped this, and Byron, who's a few meters away, it almost seems as if this cloud is extending tendrils to try to drag your bodies into it. For those of you who are inside of this, it completely extinguishes light sources, which you don't have a problem with. It muffles your sound so that you've lost all of your senses of sight and feeling, as this sound distortion occurs as well. Your stamina-based dice pools are reduced by 2. Jermaine, this ends up affecting you the most, as although you're still functional due to your immense amount of stamina, it sort of begins to asphyxiate you, as if it's clawing itself around your neck and in your throat, trying to choke you. And you must make a courage roll now at difficulty 8.
Here comes the watch.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That is a botch. Normally, you would suffer a 1 die penalty to all dice pools for the remainder of the scene. Instead, you will suffer from 2. Out of abject and horrible fear, although you have immense willpower, it's sort of like a supernatural terror overcomes you. For the rest of this scene, and perhaps even the night as well, you will be at a 2 die penalty. 2 dice for everything.
Can I spend a point of willpower to suppress that?
No. You
Okay.
botched.
No, I mean, that's fair.
Yep. And for now, I want you all to roll initiative.
Military reflex applies, correct?
Sure. But don't forget, you're at a -2 dice penalty.
It's wits plus
Right.
dex.
Yep, 1d10 plus wits plus dex.
So would that provide like a +1 since 10s probably wouldn't double here?
I suppose since it doesn't really apply here, we'll say that military reflexes doesn't actually apply if you're just rolling a 1d10. And it looks like Crip's got a higher modifier, so he'll go before Joseph. Let me go ahead and roll Leslie's now. Been so busy trying to manage things.
Out of character, I'm kind of hoping that Leslie gets put into a situation where, if we so choose, we can quickly put her in torpor after the battle's over.
Out of character, Joseph is completely intent on helping Leslie any which way possible now. At first, he was intending to do that out of a sense of self-preservation, but after
Whoa,
what
that's
she
a
said,
that's a high dex and high wits.
She may have been dumping blood points into it while she was sitting out there, too.
I should have been doing that the whole time too, but
I just want to know, you guys had a possible, prospect of encountering combat.
Oh yeah, I was surprised that you guys weren't.
I wasn't because I don't have blood to. If I spend much more blood, I go hungry.
I was
So?
I was going to start dumping it the moment I heard it. Like after I told Jermaine I was going to start dumping points into strength, but everything happened so fast.
It all happened so fast.
Yeah, the 2 or 3 I can spend without immediately going frenzy is wouldn't be much of an effect.
This fight is going to cost me. You can spend willpower in fights, right? Or can you not?
No.
You can't spend it for, combat type situations, no. The book says not, because it's too much of a stressful thing. Simple will doesn't apply.
That's fair.
You know the best part about this, though, is that now Byron's going to start dumping blood points, and Jermaine can't see him.
Okay,
So-
here's how things are going to go.
Well, if you could see him, you would have seen him use 8th generation, that's all.
Did you guys want to take a slight break before we got on with combat if you all needed to do anything or get a drink?
I'm fine.
Okay. I know how taxing and
moment,
long
I have
combat can
everything.
take, which is why I asked.
Yeah, I'll go get a drink. I'll be right up in like 30 seconds.
No problem.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
I gotta go to the bathroom. Just give me a moment.
Feel free to take your time. It's okay. I need to set up Leslie's attack macros anyways. As I actually did not prepare for this eventuality. Suppose I could do it all in my head and just pretend like I'm rolling.
True.
Yes, you could.
Nah, it's no fun. I have a
By
macro.
the way, I believe Jermaine and Marcus both have bulletproof vests on now.
Alright.
Yeah, we put them on.
You're going to account for the penalties you take to your dexterity-based dice rolls because of that?
It says that it applies to most dexterity-based dice
Right.
rolls.
For initiative, it won't apply. I don't have a problem with that. It's just, for your others that you might end up taking.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
would it necessarily apply to shooting? Isn't that something that bulletproof vests are designed to let people do?
Right. Perhaps it helps you absorb the blast by not allowing you to dodge as well. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
No, I mean like attacking dice pools. I mean, it would definitely make sense for melee attacks, but for shooting guns, I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know either. Shit. I'll go ahead and say, no, it won't apply. Simply for the prospect of perhaps just making things easier.
Okay.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
back.
Okay, well,
Does
what's up?
does that -2 penalty apply to automatic rolls like soak rolls?
It applies to all dice rolls.
All right then.
That's what the book tells me in regards to what this power is, so that's going to be what it is. Jermaine, you're the first to declare. You can't see or feel anything other than this suffocating, incredibly terrifying cloud of darkness that has sprung up around you.
I'm going to backpedal fast into the church.
Okay, you can do that. Joseph, same thing. You're not as terrified because you're a vampire, and you sort of thought this could happen, but still, your stamina dice pools are at -2.
Gotta
Is
wait
Sean-
on that, Akin.
Say, also, don't move just yet, Aaron. We're declaring.
Forgot.
Fine. So what are you going to end up doing?
What were you asking about?
I'm asking you what you want to do. This is the part where you declare. You are currently surrounded in this cloud of inky darkness that you can't see or feel out of other than it.
No, one of the other three, I didn't catch who it was. I just heard someone say, is Sean.
Oh, I was talking with Aaron for what his character was going to be doing for the purposes of preparation, that's all.
I asked if Sean was even here.
Oh.
And then he spoke up, so he answered my question.
Oh, okay, that's what I heard. Can I pull up my gun and spend a blood point in the same turn without worry?
You sure can.
Okay, then that's what I'm gonna do.
See, spending blood is automatic, and readying a weapon would take your action. It's worth noting, though, you can't see or feel anything beyond this cloud of darkness that's around you.
Okay, I know I can't run around and do anything and spend blood at the same time, so I'm gonna pull out gun and, because it's my only weapon, and spend a blood point in Dex.
Okay. Byron, you can see, except for the fact that you can't see outside anymore, because right next to Marcus, a cloud of inky blackness has suddenly spawned into existence, completely hiding. You don't know exactly how far it extends, but you can't see Jermaine anymore, you can't see Joseph anymore, you can't see Leslie anymore, you can't see outside. You can't see through this at all.
Right. I'm going to back up to, I'm not going to do it now. I'm saying I'm going to back up to here, and I'm going to dump 3 blood points into stamina. And draw my gun.
Marcus, the same thing applies to you in regards to the current situation, and those tendrils look like they're trying to claw at you. Yummy.
Marcus is. I'm going to grab my shotgun because I'm believing my shotgun is propped up against the door where Jermaine brought it in. I'm going to grab that and spend a blood point into dexterity.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to be backpedaling up a bit to behind that first row of pews. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And since all the NPCs act before you, okay. Leslie, you're not exactly sure what sort of happens to her. As she ends up, Are you able to see Leslie's token anymore?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, you can still see her. Okay.
It's just sort of grayed out. Now it's gone.
I thought that me doing what I did would be awesome, but apparently it was not. Since the blackness is obscuring view, I figure for the purposes of funsies, I'll change their tokens to hidden.
But not the car.
Yeah, it's fine. The car is an object. You hear sounds of footsteps. The car comes to a halt, and for those of you who aren't within the cloud of blackness, car doors rapidly opening, and people stepping out of them. Marcus, you're up. Go ahead and you've moved and drawn your gun. Byron, go ahead and backpedal and do what it is you planned on doing. Joseph takes his action to draw his gun completely obscured and choked in this blackness here. And Jermaine, backpedal back into the church. Okay, that's round one done. Round two declarations. Jermaine, what's up?
Does the front of the church not have windows, by the way?
It very well could, but they might be decorated of some sort. It might not be easy to see out of them. I don't exactly know how Joseph's front of the church is designed.
I'd imagine I'd want it as able to be shut off from light as possible.
Yeah, just in case he's in here.
Totally fair.
So in that case, no, nothing accessible. You'd have to go
Okay.
through the cloud of darkness.
Do I know how to get up to the roof? Like where the roof access is?
Probably, but it would take you several rounds worth. I mean, like, if a turn is like 3 seconds, it would take you quite a length of time to try to run all the way up there.
Right, I'm thinking about, what's the sprinting rate again?
20 plus 3 times dexterity. It would basically put you out of the scope of this combat situation.
Yeah, fair enough. In that case, I'm going to shout for Cutter to move in out of the darkness and ready my gun to take a shot at the first stranger that comes through that.
Okay. Joseph, you are still standing here. You have no sense of sight or sound. All of it sounds murky and distorted. You're not exactly sure what the hell's happening beyond this.
Okay, then I want to run somewhere around here. Is where I'm aiming for, behind the car, and spend. Oh wait, I can't run in. Yeah, just run over here.
Spending blood points is an automatic type of thing. You can spend
Oh.
blood points. It's just a reflexive thing.
Oh, I thought I remember you mentioning.
It's
that
drawing a
before.
weapon that ends up taking action.
And healing.
Oh, it was healing.
Yeah,
That's what it
it's healing, but if you're just buffing your physical attributes, it's fine.
Yeah, then one dex two and run over here.
Okay. Byron, Jermaine has come in out of the dark. That cloud of darkness there still looks pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, I'm just going to stay here and keep my gun trained on the darkness. Fog, whatever it is.
Okay. Marcus.
I'm going to be spending another point of blood into The max I can get is 6, right? And then
Yep.
celerity takes in. Okay, so I'm going to spend another point of blood on dexterity and aim my gun out the door, which has really no mechanical effect other than me just aiming my gun. So I spend my turn spending a point of blood into dexterity. That's it.
All right. Let me see if I can. Gotta make sure I have everything calculated right here. I probably don't. Okay. Stuff happens. There's gunshots outside. And sounds of pain, both masculine and feminine. Marcus, you mechanically end up not moving or doing much of anything. As does Byron. Joseph, go ahead and go. Joseph, your character ends up fumbling out of the darkness. It's pretty hard to end up seeing, but as you try to look around the edges of it, yeah, that certainly looks like the overbearing, confident guy with the perpetual sneer on his face, wielding a shotgun. And behind him, yeah, that does look like the suave, bearded gentleman wielding a pistol. They, they appear to be looking at something, but it is obscured by the inky darkness. They have their weapons trained on it. You would assume Leslie. And Jermaine, who ends up just sort of standing there, and of course he ends up yelling to try to transmit his message. But that takes care of round 2. It's time for round 3. Jermaine, what does your character wish to do?
So does that mean the front of the church has no windows, or they're all covered?
Grimith call eventually, but I'd say no windows. I'd say if got the chance to knock him out and replace him with wall.
No
If
windows.
there were any to begin with.
Joseph's church there, he didn't want to have any chance of his ass getting burned. Ain't no windows.
Sorry.
Alright. He's going to keep aiming in case someone comes through that cloud and yell for Cutter again. If she doesn't come through this round, the next round he's going to go charging out there.
Okay. Joseph, you're currently standing outside with your weapon drawn. You can only end up seeing the shotgun-wielding bastard as well as the pistol man behind him, and part of the vehicle as well. What was your character wish to do?
Another blood point to Dex and headshot on the shotgun guy.
Okay, it's worth noting that the shotgun-wielding man as well as the pistol man behind him, they are not exactly easy to discern. As it turns out, the shadows end up sort of wrapping around their characters as well. The difficulty of any ranged combat attack increases by 1, in addition to you attempting to aim for the head.
Aim for the head increases difficulty 1, right? So that would put it at 8. Which, okay, then I'll just go for a body shot on shotgun guy.
Okay. The head is difficulty +2, so that would actually be a difficulty 9 if you tried to do a headshot.
Okay, then just a body shot.
Okay. Byron.
Crimson, that's you.
Oh, I was talking about pressing the stupid button. Anyway. Yeah, I did hear screaming and stuff. That was last round or before I've moved, right?
Yeah, it's last round. Apparently there are sounds of combat going on outside. or you're not.
Right. All right. Byron is going to drop 2 blood points into Dex, 1 into Strength, and he's going to try to run outside. What kind of roll do I need to do that when I get there? Just curious.
You're not going to, the moment you enter that cloud of darkness, you cannot see, period. You would be running through pitch black down a staircase.
Right. Well, we'll see how that works. Well, okay, fine. Run. He will try to make his way through the darkness. He will run to the darkness. Probably when he gets there and sees nothing, he will try to walk down the stairs as best he can. How about that?
Sure. Marcus?
Marcus is going to spend another blood point into stamina this time. And after that, I believe he's going to wait one more round, and if Leslie Cutter does not come in after that, he's going to fall out like Jermaine did. So mechanically, nothing of much is going to happen besides spending blood.
Okay. Sorry. Just want to make sure I got my modifiers right, because I'm the fucking asshole who decided to make life difficult for myself. Alright. No, 2 more. Again, I actually didn't end up thinking that I'd end up getting into a fight with Leslie Cutter. I didn't have her macros fully prepared. I know I'm just doing this now so that I won't have to just count out all of her dice again. There we go. Alright. Joseph, out of the corner of your eye as you end up preparing to take a shot at the shotgun-wielding gentleman, you see Leslie appear, and she definitely does not appear to be running or responding to Jermaine's request, as she rather sort of leaps at the shotgun-wielding gentleman and strikes out with a claw. It's a lot of ones, Leslie. 1 success. Basic. For,
Hey, that's still a success.
Sure is.
And if those are feral claws...
1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, he is the guy with fortitude. Good job, you. Alright,
That's still 2 points of aggravated damage.
sure is. The armor is easily shredded apart, and the shotgun guy ends up howling in pain as these rather vicious, malevolent claws go ripping apart into his pale flesh.
I found the person who David's going to learn Protean from.
Perhaps that could have been an angle, if only he did not slip into torpor. So, of course, there's some attacks directed against her as well, unfortunately, because I have to do NPC shit. Here we go. Pew, 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 pew. Nope. Failed. Pistol guy.
Yay.
Pistol guy responds. Pew, 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 pew. 1,
Yup.
2, 3. 3 successes, which ended up getting added to that for potentially 3 points of bashing damage, barring her soak. So you see her get shot with a pistol in the body, and it does not faze her at all.
Because don't forget it getting halved.
Yep. And then there's apparently the other third gentleman who is sort of popped out of the car. You didn't really get a good look at it, though. There are some fists that end up flying across, and that actually is enough. It deals a, well, let's go ahead and find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an additional 40 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. One, two, three. Deals nothing to her after it's rounded down. Fist of Fury, and she's still standing uninjured. Marcus ends up standing there, but Leslie does not appear to be retreating back into the church. So, Byron, go ahead and move towards the darkness. Want you to make an dexterity plus athletics roll of difficulty 7 as you're traversing down here.
And that's a no. That's a botch, actually. So I trip, fall on my face, or worse.
Surely there's a more interesting way to do it than that.
Sure, I trip, fire the gun, and it shoots me in the chest for...
No, it kills Leslie. But that would actually be what Byron wants, but not what anyone else in the group wants.
Exactly.
Byron has botch killed multiple people now.
So your trip through the darkness has sort of failed. You've definitely fallen down the stairs, and your gun goes sailing off into complete pitch blackness.
I'm honestly surprised, even with how impatient and petulant Byron is, that he would want Leslie dead, considering the fact that, you know, there's some pretty serious blackmail being held over his head.
And, you know, there's the fact that a sheriff was sort of interested in her too, right?
Like, just all kinds of things.
Yeah, well, he wants to give her to the sheriff. He doesn't really care. I mean, you know, he doesn't care. The blackmail.
Anyway, Joseph, you're up.
But he'll just leave town or something. He doesn't care.
Okay, spending 1 blood.
And you have a shot you're going to be firing at Matthew, the shotgun guy?
Yeah. Just like checking out, I always forget the number. 6, 7, 8.
That's fine. That's why I took the time to make little macros so that I would make my calculations easier.
That's a lot of.
Well, that is not a botch.
Not a botch. No, the shot misses. You didn't hit Leslie. Good job. Jermaine, you see Byron go a bit, perhaps stumbling into the darkness. Leslie doesn't come out on the other side, though. That takes care of that round. Time to declare again. What's up, Jermaine?
Alright, let's see. What's the normal move rate? 7?
7.
I think you can do more than that without any penalty, though.
You can, like, move half your running speed or jogging speed and still take an action. But if you're going to be traversing into the pitch blackness where you couldn't see shit and your courage failed you...
I'd need to make a pretty serious some kind of roll, right?
Well, I'm going to make you do a dexterity plus athletics, too. And don't forget, you're at a -2 penalty to all of your dice pool rolls. And I do think I'd have a dexterity penalty apply because you're bulletproof vest for the purposes of trying not to fall on your face when you can't see anything.
Right, so I'd be taking a lot of penalties if I tried to do something dramatic and heroic.
Right. Not that it's impossible. I mean, you could spend a willpower. I would let you spend a willpower point here. You have you have 7 out of 9. How'd you get back up 9 out of 9? Did I copy improperly?
I think you probably copied me improperly.
God damn it, Grimith.
Yeah, those were the wrong tokens again from the start.
Yeah, I suppose they were. They were just left in the church, and I never ended up replacing them or what have you.
Yeah, I fixed mine at start.
Thank you all for keeping track of the bookkeeping. You're doing a good job. As I sure as fuck can bookkeep everyone. Yeah, I suppose for the purposes of doing this, I'd let you spend a willpower point for walking into there, sure. You wouldn't be able to take an action like shooting, though. You'd be able to just make it to the other side.
I was actually planning on something ridiculous, like take a running start, leap over the stairs onto the street below, and then take a shot.
That one's impossible.
Okay.
You can't even see the street.
In that case, I'm going to try to get out to the street and spend a willpower to do it.
Okay, that sounds right. Joseph.
I want to go to the driver's side of Jermaine's car, pull open and pop up in the trunk. And if I still have time to get to, I doubt it, get into the trunk. Not physically into the trunk. I want to get my guns out of the trunk.
Alright, so it would definitely take the entire turn for you to open the door and for the trunk to pop out. Alright.
Okay.
Byron, you're prone, you fell down the stairs, your gun's somewhere in the darkness.
All right, well, I get up and try to walk out to the street here. Forget the gun.
Okay. Marcus?
And I'll draw the knife, if I hadn't said that,
Alright.
in case it matters.
I'm going to be spending a point for celerity this turn.
Okay. And then what?
And with my first action, I'm going to run through the inky black darkness.
Okay.
And then on my second action, I'm going to shoot one of them. I believe it's going to be Punchy McPunch-Dude.
Okay. Alright. Rounded subverting. Leslie ends up, Whoops! Well, shit, man. This is gonna be fun. See, that's an aft attack, so +2 to the dice. She's gonna need every single one of those. 1, 2, 3, because of her specialty that gives her 4. And let me roll the additional dice for attacking the back. 5, 6. So that's an additional 5 dice on the damage roll. One, 2, 3, no, 4. Okay, the 1 cancels that one out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you have No, you do not have fortitude. Vance Drayton, today is not your lucky day, sir. No one ends up really seeing what just transpired, but there is a feminine roar of anger and hatred, followed by several loud cries of pain and terror and agony.
I was hoping just for kind of like a wet thud.
No, he didn't thud. He didn't thud. He's only just, mauled. He's only mauled. It's not a big deal. The gentleman who was mauled, promptly responds to, much to sort of your horror, he ends up concentrating, and the darkness ends up moving a bit. Much to his dismay, though, he just can't quite reach Leslie with that. It doesn't move that fucking fast. So that ended up being wasted on his part as he sort of panics. The shotgun guy and pistol guy try to shoot at Leslie. 1, 2, 3, 4 for an additional 3 damage dice. That is 1, 2, 3 successes. does nothing to her. Pistol guy is gonna try to be fancy here and try to cap her in the face. Difficulty 8. Wow. 1, 2, 3 for an additional 2 damage dice. Well, holy shit, she rolled enough ones there. She takes a point of lethal damage. She is bruised as the bullet grazes past her temple, taking a bit of her flesh there.
Oh no, they didn't.
Oh yes, they did. Marcus, a courtesy of the gentle light that has appeared right at the edge, you do not have to make a dexterity plus athletics roll. Well, if you're going to travel through the middle of the fucking darkness.
Yes, I am. I am going to travel through the middle of the fucking darkness.
All right, if you want to make it, that's fine. All right, give me a dexterity plus athletics roll, difficulty 7.
Okay, my dexterity is currently at 6. Don't get the one from celerity, so that means like dexterity is currently 5.
You have a penalty from the bulletproof vest.
Yeah, so that means I get roll 7 dice.
You succeed. You make it through the darkness, bounding over Byron's prone body.
Steps on his back for good measure.
All right, Byron, you stand, and you manage to walk your way out, perhaps following the sounds of Marcus as you go.
Did the template just move? Oh, now it just moved for me.
It's sometimes the drawings have difficulty moving around a bit until like you zoom in or out. That's where the template ended up moving to. That's why you had a sliver of light that you could see through.
Yeah. It looked like it didn't move for me earlier.
All right, Joseph, you're up.
Okay, I think I'll be... Oh, whoops. Fuck.
Oh, did
That's
I
a
realize
great
that.
thing to hear.
Just realize that it wasn't another,
It's fine. You go in, take your turn, and you open the door of the trunk, and you open the door, rather, to the car, and you pop open the trunk. Unless, Jermaine had his car locked. Did Jermaine have his car locked?
I don't know, probably not, because he was bringing stuff in and out of it for a while.
Well, there you go. You managed to succeed. Trunk's popped open. And Jermaine, with that sliver of light there, as you'd see, you can walk out through that way, or you can try to go straight into the darkness.
The sliver of light being that path right there.
Yeah. And it's difficult for you all to see, especially since the darkness has moved, but as you get a better look, Matthew there, the shotgun guy, is injured a bit, and I think Jermaine can just barely see around the corner of the darkness there. The third gentleman, of course Jermaine's never seen any of them, but apparently he's fighting with his fists. He is seen far better days.
And does that mean I didn't spend my willpower point?
You did not spend your willpower point. No, you got to keep it.
Okay.
And Marcus, you get your second action.
Can I shoot Fisty McFister dude?
You cannot. The darkness cloud is in your way.
So
Is
it's
it?
alright. I really can't tell because it's black lines on a tarmac.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, so I guess I'm not shooting at him. I guess, would I be allowed to shoot at someone else then?
Surely.
You could shoot the wheel on their car.
You could shoot Shotgun Guy or the Pistol Guy or Jermaine or Byron or whoever you want.
I'm going to shoot Shotgun Guy because I tried so hard to kill him last time.
All right.
I really want to kill him now.
Is Shotgun Guy code for Byron? I'm just double checking.
Yeah, no, it is. We've been secretly trying to kill you the entire time.
Would not surprise me at all.
I get 9 dice because I have 6 dexterity and 3 firearms, and you said bulletproof vests do not hinder this, so...
No,
9
you
dice.
converted something. You converted like one of your celerity through a blood point, right?
Yeah, with celerity I would have 7 dexterity, but I've used that this turn, so I only have 6.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
Uh-huh.
That looks like 4 successes to me, which add 3 dice to your damage.
I do have a specialty in dexterity called precise.
Right, you're just shooting at the guy, though.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah,
Alright, so I get to add a total of +2 to my damage roll?
you get to add +3. You got 4 successes, so that's 3 damage dice.
Okay, so I get to roll 11 dice.
A lot of bashing damage.
A lot of 2 ones. For a grand total of 2 bashing damage.
He's good. Shot hits him. The bullet sort of like breaks, falls to the ground, does nothing. All right, Jermaine, you're the first to declare. And what I mean, like, you can't get a clear shot. Like, the unarmed guy, you can see him, sort of, but you really can't get a clear shot off on him. The darkness is just sort of roiling too much. The tentacles sort of obscure that and go, na-na-na-na-na-na. It's also worth noting, just in case forget, that the difficulty for all ranged attacks on these guys is increased by 1. So instead of difficulty 6, it is difficulty 7.
Okay, then I actually didn't hit him at all last time.
Yeah, it's fine. I just wanted to do that to be a reminder. I just thought of it again.
Fisty guy is still standing, right?
He is. He is mauled. The gentleman who, the shotgun guy, he's simply hurt, I believe.
And does it look like Leslie is still attacking him?
Well, she doesn't have to declare right now. You're the first to declare, but she did direct her attacks against the unarmed guy last time.
Okay. I'm going to move a little bit further out so that I'm standing across the street from all this and, have kind of a clear shot on everyone.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to shoot out one of the tires on the car.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to say that's going to be a targeting medium size, so difficulty +1.
That's fine.
Okay. Joseph, you're up. The trunk is open.
Now going for trunk, and I'm aiming to get out my AK. If I find anything, if possible, if I find anything more interesting, I'll grab that instead.
Perfectly fine for you to pull out your AK. Not a problem. Byron, you have a knife.
Yeah, I am going to the pistol guy. I'm going to say, hey, so we meet again. I think you might need to reload again, and he's going to emphasize reload as a command. But it's going to be very conversational about it. I mean, because of the Masquerade and stuff. Doesn't know who sees.
All right. Marcus.
Marcus is going to spend another point for celerity. And then in his first action, he's going to shoot shotgun dude, and a second action, he's going to shoot shotgun dude.
Okay. All right. See, unarmed by gift definitely turned around after Leslie struck him, so she's not gonna get the side advantage. Let's see here. She swings her incredibly bloodied, incredibly vicious claws at the gentleman here. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. He is going to attempt to abort to a dodge and spend a willpower point to do so. Dexterity plus athletics. Let's see what you got, my friend.
Mind you, he does have all those penalties from,
Yes, he does, at a
Yeah.
-5 dice penalty. It's gonna be fun. He's got a lot of dice. Well, not so much anymore.
he's got some dice.
7 minus 5 is 2.
She gonna kill him.
That's, let's see, it still reduces the effectiveness of the attack. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, she only has 3. So she only gets 2 damage dice added to this.
So she only rolls strength plus 3 aggravated damage. Only that.
This gentleman doesn't have any fortitude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the 5 he already took. He is eviscerated and turned instantly into ash, and around her very claws, as she, with a powerful scream, which sort of reverberates in the quiet landscape of the concrete jungle, this guy is absolutely picked apart. Whatever ideas he had just simply didn't work out. And as he actually goes down, the cloud of darkness that was summoned to the inky black pool disappears.
Well, there goes all of his dreams and ambitions.
Um, Shotgun Guy is a little alarmed by this current transaction. He's nevertheless, he aims for Leslie Cutter's head, and he sort of dreams of ambitions maybe of taking her, kind of went away a bit. At difficulty 8, that is, 3 successes for an additional 2 damage dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Bye-bye, Leslie.
That's 1. Holy shit. She just took 7 lethal damage to the head. She goes down. Vroom! Falls incapacitated. As this
So now...
Byron giggles. No, he really doesn't.
as this incredibly powerful blast. Apparently Shotgun Guy's tired of fucking around. He ain't fucking dealing with this shit anymore. His compadre just fucking went down. You assholes already killed another. He's like, fuck this bitch. Fuck her couch. Boom! And a significant chunk of her head sort of missing as she falls to the ground.
I hope that they try to deal with us next. You know, as the next obvious threats instead of going up to perform a coup de grace.
Pistol Guy has noticed his friend Byron there in the stands. And Pistol Guy is going to launch an attack at Byron's head. 1, 2... 2 successes. You may abort your action to a dodge if you so wish. You would have to make a willpower roll of difficulty 6, or spend a willpower point. Then you'd be allowed to roll dexterity plus athletics to try to dodge this.
Isn't that 1 success? He rolled 2 ones.
Yeah, but he has 4 successes. Oh no, headshot. Right, I declared that as much. In that case, that's 2 ones, 0 successes.
Nah,
Yeah, he fails to hit
I'll
you.
try to abort. I'll let him shoot me in the head. Sounds fun.
Alright, no, you don't have to. He didn't hit you at all.
Oh, I thought he got 1 success. Oh, okay.
No, he rolled an 8 and a 10, but he also rolled 2 ones, and so it all canceled out. Marcus, you get to do it.
Nothing to it but to do it. Oh, and that +1 difficulty is gone, right?
No, they still have their shadow cloak type things. It's just the massive pool
damn
of
it.
darkness is gone.
I hoped that the Shadow Cloaks would go away when the Lasombra got killed.
I think I've got 3 successes.
See, if you're just doing a body shot, that'd be difficulty 7, so yeah, 3 successes. So plus 2 damage dice.
Okay, a little bit better.
Looks like he takes all of that again. Your blast does nothing to him. Byron, give the command.
Okay. And that should have a +2 for the voice thing, and that 10 is doubled because he is persuasive.
Yeah, he's got to reload.
All right.
Joseph gets his AK out of the trunk.
This is going to be a pretty big crime scene soon.
Loud scream, shotgun blast, definitely have not helped matters.
It is your turn, Aaron.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and then shoot your tire. This is at a difficulty of 7.
Fuck you, Tire.
That should be what my specialty is. Now, this counts as a called shot, correct?
Yeah, the targeting is +1, so instead of a difficulty 6, it's a difficulty 7. The tire does not have a whole lot of fortitude here. You shoot this thing, it's probably toast.
I was asking because I have a specialty in called shots under firearms.
Sure, go ahead and apply that. It might help, because you still have that -2 to all of your dice pools.
It sure did.
It sure did. Because you roll the 10, you got 2 successes to overpower the 1, tire goes out.
Ain't it a beautiful thing?
And Marcus, you get your celerity action.
I guess I'm just gonna shoot this guy. I'm gonna try to shoot this guy in the head now. So
Alright.
it's gonna be a difficulty 9. Damn it, that's really hard.
Yes, it is. But you have a better than even chance of, succeeding.
Yeah. I'll aim for the head. Or
Yeah, you will! Sorry, that was really loud.
Aim for the head? I'd call that a precise. Let's double that 10 there and make it at 2 successes instead of 1.
Yeah, it is.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes, that's an additional 5 damage dice.
I thought it was difficulty 9.
It is difficulty 9, you're right, because of the fact that he is surrounded by the cloud of inky blackness. 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 successes instead of 6, so only 4 additional damage dice.
I only get to roll 12 dice. Sigh.
God damn it.
All them
Ooh.
ones.
One
This
success?
is difficulty 6 at least.
Looks like 1 success out of all of that.
Yeah,
That's
he's
too
going,
bad.
he's going to...
What looked like a ridiculously well-aimed shot to his face, despite the shadows sort of obscuring it, just sort of grazes over his closely cropped hair. He doesn't look happy about that.
Nope, it hits him clean in the center of his face. Pellets drop everywhere.
Alright, Jermaine, it's your time to declare again. Unarmed gentleman is an Ash, and Leslie Cutter is incapacitated.
Okay, who looks the most fucked up at this point?
The shotgun-wielding gentleman has been hurt, so he takes a -1 penalty to his dice pulls. The pistol guy is unharmed. The shotgun guy also has no armor. The pistol guy does. It's just reinforced clothing, though.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to spend the turn using the aim action against the pistol guy.
Okay.
And since I'm using a scoped weapon, that means that next round when I shoot at him, I'll get a +3 to hit.
Alright. Next up, Joseph.
Walking into right about here, and then taking a shot at shotgun guy with the AK.
Okay. Byron.
I'll go collect my gun. After I do that, do I have any other action or not?
No, you have to move to it, and picking up the gun to ready it takes your action up.
That's what I thought. I'll do that.
Your gun fell there. You should have no difficulty moving to it and picking it up. Marcus?
Well, I'm going to use my advantage of having more actions than them to my advantage. I'm going to be spending yet another point of blood on celerity, and I'm going to, on my first turn, and then shoot shotgun guy in the face again. And then on my second turn, I'm probably going to do much the same.
Okay. All right. Sorry, folks. Just wanted to check out one little quick thing here. Okay. That's all I wanted to do. Leslie does not move from her state. She remains prone on the ground. Shotgun Gentleman is reassessing his life options here, but he's not afeared. For that fucking asshole Marcus. Oh no. Shit's whack. Alright. I'll go ahead and subtract just the last die from his shotgun attack as he goes after Marcus's head. So disregard that 8 there at the end, which means that the attack fails to connect. Shotgun pellets do not hit Marcus.
He would ruin my subtle hair. That asshole.
Pistol Gentleman is attempting to reload his gun and successfully does so, thinking this is a great idea at the time. Marcus?
I'm assuming this gives them some form of cover, though, or whatever.
It's just not going to give you an advantage. Like, you're not going to get, like, a flank attack. There's a car in the way, but you can still shoot over it.
Yeah. Just, I don't want to be in Joseph or Byron's way when they get their guns.
Alright.
This is to the head, mind you.
With the head, then, you have 2 9s there, so 2 successes. So plus 1 damage die.
Actually roll some proper damage this time.
How about that? That's about as best as I can do.
5, looks like.
5. 5 points of lethal.
Looks like 2 lethal damage.
Yes, that's enough to at least get him a higher penalty. Good job.
He is down to wounded.
Okay, that's my turn.
Byron moves and grabs his gun.
Yep, and he moves exactly where he is now, right back.
Okay.
Maybe a step forward. We'll go right there.
Joseph! The gun is in your possession. Alright, now, who are we shooting at?
Shotgun guy.
Alright.
Oh,
But
I was hoping that the answer was going to be everyone.
yeah, but that
Fucking
raises
killed
difficulty.
Leslie.
Was that an aimed headshot, or was that just a
No,
regular
that was a
shot?
body shot.
Alright.
That was a body
1,
shot.
2, 3, 4... Looks like 4, so additional 3 damage dice.
I've seen worse.
So 5 bashing damage.
4 if you subtract the 1 there.
Nice catch. I missed that.
4, which would be half the 2, depending on what happens here, which 2 gets halved into 1. He takes a further point of damage. He is down to mauled.
That is -5 on all his rolls, right?
That is a -2. He's not crippled.
Still, it's still damage, and it's still making him regret his life decisions.
Yes. Jermaine!
I ain't.
That's right. And Marcus, you didn't take a celerity action, or did you?
I did. I'm down to 1 blood.
Oh, okay.
I am using my blood to my advantage this time.
You certainly are. I cannot refute this. Go ahead and let it rip then.
I'm always of the opinion that if you got it, you should have it. You should spend it.
That's right. Jermaine has 2 blood pool points in his blood pool. Where are those?
This is another aim shot to the head. It looks like I missed, though.
1, 2. Yep, it does. Due to the fucking shadows pissing away everything. All right, Jermaine, your turn to declare again.
I am going to shoot Pistol Guy in the head.
All right. I just want to ask, is everyone, how many shots you all have left in your various guns?
I have, right now, 2 shots left.
I have fired once, correct?
Yes.
Then I still have 3 shots left.
Okay.
And of course, Byron hasn't shot yet, so full
Yeah.
clip.
All right. I just wanted to make sure you all knew. All right, Jermaine, you gonna let fire after you've been aiming all this time?
I mean, I aimed for 3 seconds.
Yeah. You sure did. So, you shooting that shotgun guy in the head, or the car,
No,
gonna blow it up?
Pistol Guy, I said.
Okay.
No, blow up the car. You'll take everyone out.
Well, no, you have to declare who you're aiming at in advance.
Yeah. Just wanted to check to confirm that. Joseph.
I think I'm gonna do a 3-round burst on Pistol Guy.
Okay. Byron.
I'm going to try to command Shotgun Guy. I'm going to say, now might be a good time to surrender, and I'll emphasize surrender.
All right. Marcus. You are
I'm
very
going to shoot-
hungry.
Yeah, I'm very hungry, so I'm not going to be spending this last point of blood, although I really think I might. But I'm just going to shoot Shotgun Guy in head more.
Okay.
That is my turn. No more blood.
Okay. Much to your sort of macabre horror, Leslie stands back up. Her body appears to be re-stitching itself, the head sort of reforming and the blood coagulating, whole sort of red texture as the skin and bone knits itself back together before your eyes.
The vampiric condition is a wonderful thing. Wait, I mean, it's a horrible thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's totally a curse. I mean, you get all kinds of, like, superpowers, and your weaknesses are things like being able to survive being stabbed in the heart. It's terrible.
Shotgun Guy is unbe-fucking amused. There is actually a surge of energy goes through him. Says basically, if this is gonna be fucking it, then he's gonna go all fucking out here. But with his blood, he ain't running. He can see the writing on the wall here, and actually, sort of 2 things end up happening. His body almost seems as if it flips into a voluntary frenzy. Sort of control, the movements becoming jerky, and a leer appearing on his face as he directs the shotgun at Marcus and fires.
At my head or just at me?
Just at you.
Ow. Ouch.
Well, then it's a good thing that you have that bulletproof vest.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes. All of them succeeded, so an additional 7 shotgun damage dice.
Remember the bonus dice you get for,
I do.
Okay.
I know. So far, he only has 1, 2...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ouch.
And this is enough to shred your armor after it protects you from this.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I'm going to soak 3 of it.
In that case, 3 rounded down ends up being 1. You take a point of bashing damage, as the bulletproof vest is utterly decimated by the shotgun blast at close range, just absolutely riddled from the herky-jerk movements of this voluntarily frenzied vampire. Stefan, on the other hand, can actually move perfectly. Says, fuck this. Runs, full speed. Down the street and around the corner, out of view.
Damn it, around the corner.
Marcus, you're up.
Time to return the favor, asshole. Two successes? Unless that 10 counts for twice, so it'd be 3 then.
Yeah, you're aiming at the head, so 3. Additional 2 damage dice.
All of them but 2 are successes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shotgun guy, can you do it? 1, 2, 3. Shotgun guy falls, incapacitated. As your blast to his face, sort of a similar effect that happened to Leslie Cutter, where a significant chunk is blown away and he collapses to the ground, dropping his weapon.
Now,
Byron,
please don't kill
it's sort of hard to make him surrender, so your action is sort of just ixnayed there. He's
Sounds about right.
Joseph, 3-round burst. Looks like the pistol gentleman has disappeared around the corner. Completely out of view. You can't target him at all. You can sort of spray where he was, though. You want to shoot the car? Want to shoot the guy who fell on the ground?
Should I shoot the corner where he ran around?
You can certainly do that. It's just that you're in no position to be able to hit him at all.
I'm gonna just shoot the corner where he ran around.
All right. The AK-47 with massive bark echoes in the night.
The question is, does he actually hit the broadside of a barn?
Jermaine, your aim shot that I suppose ends up following as well once you wanted to preserve it.
Well, I do hit the broadside of a church.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do here.
All right. And it's back to declarations. Jermaine, what do you want to do?
If it looks Leslie is attacking us in frenzy or whatever, I'm going
She does not appear to be frenzied.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to, I'm going to get in my car and try and get that guy.
Okay. Joseph?
Running after the pistol guy.
Okay.
Hey.
Byron?
You guys.
When he rounded the church, is that a street or is that an alley?
It's an alley.
That he ran down.
It's an alley that he ran down.
Can a car get into it? Because I'm wondering. My thing is, if he doesn't think so, he'll run and try to do it, but try to follow him that way. But if a car can get to him, he'll try to join Jermaine.
A car could possibly force itself down the alley.
Nah, I'm going to go around and try and head him off.
There's that too. Although Jermaine's not exactly in the best driving condition right now.
No, I'm not. There's a good chance I'll fail at this.
But it's what he's
No.
doing.
Is there like, I just don't know the outlets of this place, like the alleys in the back. Which direction can this guy go? Is there a reasonable chance that we could head him off, or should multiple people go different directions?
Well, you don't exactly have the opportunity to discuss that with others right now. You need to declare what it is your character is going to do.
Well, but I just figured we would know where it's situated, and if there's an alley out back, for instance, and
Well,
that type of stuff.
this isn't exactly your domain. Joseph would know best about where the doors and passageways of the church lead to. But you have to make a split decision here in a turn that lasts only a few seconds.
I just figured I would know what the street around it looked like. But he'll try to follow around the corner.
See, there's an alley. That's what he ducked into, and it's not exactly something that a car could fit through. You could try giving pursuit, but it's possible he's faster than you. And he got a head start.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try anyway. I'll try to at least follow him. And if I see him rounding the corner, I'll try to command him to halt.
Okay. Marcus?
There was something I was trying to tell you guys. You may not realize this, but Marcus is really hungry. You just left a big pile of blood for him.
Yeah, that's cool.
What is Marcus going to do?
Well, barring any self-control checks, Marcus is probably going to drag the body on the inside because this fight's been going on for at least a minute or something like now, and he's pretty sure the cops are going to be coming.
Right. It's not something you're not required to make a self-control roll yet.
Yeah, I'm going to be dragging what I'm assuming is the corpse of a Ventru the incapacitated Ventru inside the church.
All right.
And into the crazy room, eventually into the crazy room.
Dragging?
Well, that won't exactly have to be done, because Leslie goes up the incapacitated body and very easily kills him, finishing him off. He collapses into ash.
Well, there goes my turn. I'm just going to stay here with Leslie then.
All right. Stefan has his turn as he fucking just books it. As for you others, you're a few. Jermaine, of course, has to get to his car, and I'll close the initiative for now, because that's what's going to happen is some sort of extended action type thing for the purposes of pursuing this gentleman here. Since vampires must often pursue the folks they end up after, and this ends up being an extended action, we'll go ahead and say. The target and pursuers make the appropriate roll each turn, adding new successes, which is a dexterity plus athletics, or a dexterity plus drive. This will be the first person to reach 15 successes. And as Stefan has a head start, he will be several successes ahead. Okay, so go ahead and just have all of you right now who are going to be giving pursuit do a dexterity plus athletics if you're running, or dexterity plus drive, and because you have a -2 to your dice pool.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to, not for this one, but for the next one, can I add 2 blood points, 2 dexterity?
Sure.
For more chances.
So using a car doesn't give me any sort of advantage on this?
No, because he's ducked away into alleys. If he's going to hop into other alleys associated with that, you don't exactly know where he's gone. You have to find him.
Okay.
Certainly you move faster, so you get a better angle. That's 5 successes for Joseph.
No, but can I add 2 dexterity?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I was double checking. He hasn't yet, and I fail, I guess.
Does military reflexes apply for this?
Sure. It's a hot pursuit. Anyway, you got a success there. That was a difficulty 6. It's the first person to get 15 successes with difficulty 6. Crimson.
Incoming botch.
Okay.
Nope. Just a failure.
Alright, so a turn passes. I went ahead and already took care of his rolling for the turn. Game's still on, so all of you feel free to roll your dexterity plus athletics or drive again.
There you go, Joseph.
I'm going to come back around to the church now.
Okay. Jermaine sort of sees, perhaps he's so shaken up by the futility of things that he ends up coming back. That's 1 success for Byron there, and looks like 8 for Joseph.
Yeah.
All right. Let me do his rolling. No, game's still on. All right. You two are pursuing. Go ahead and do another dexterity plus athletics.
I'm at 9.
You're at 9, and Byron's at 3 by the looks of things. Jermaine returns to the church. What is Marcus doing during this time?
Well, he's trying not to get. He's trying to probably cool off after the fight.
Yeah.
And in doing
The
so,
smell of blood is definitely around you, but you're still managing to maintain your control.
And when he sees Marcus coming up here, he's like, Leslie took care of our...
You and Jermaine, not yourself, not your own character.
When Marcus arrives, Marcus is going to say to Marcus, when Jermaine arrives, did Leslie just run to the church?
Yeah, Leslie's gone inside the church during her actions.
When Jermaine arrives, she says, Marcus says, Leslie took care of that guy, and now she's in the church.
Does Joseph still have his AK-47?
Yeah, I do believe so. He's running through the streets and alleys chasing after Stefan with it.
Yeah.
And not that I think it'll matter, but I think I'm actually at 4 successes. I mean, I'm far behind where Joseph's at right now, so it doesn't matter. Or not, whatever. Whoever has 9.
Looks like you got 3 to me. You have a 10 there, which is 1, then a 9 and a 6, which is 2 more, so 3. You rolled 2 other 6s, but you had 2 1s to cancel them both out.
Right.
All right.
So I mean, I think I got a 1, 1, and then a 2 on my final one. Did I get 3 on that? No, I only got 2 successes on the last one. Then I got 1 on the previous and 1 on the one before that.
That's right, you did get, so you have 4. You're right.
I'm going to get the emergency gas can from my car and then head up to the car that I shot and see if I can find my bullet.
It's worth noting that the shooting out here has attracted a lot of attention, and spectators have come to peek out of the windows to see what's happening.
Fair enough.
I just thought I'd mention that. It seems like something your military reflexes would have prepared you for. Lots of gawkers out here staring onto the street. They're not outside, though. There was gunfire. They're inside. All right. Back to the chase. Joseph. Byron, go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Roll again.
Yep. You two go ahead and roll again. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And five successes for Byron. All right, let's see if Stefan, you better fucking reach 15 successes this turn, or we're gonna have a problem. He tied. All right. Well, Byron has totally lost track. Not winded, of course. He's just sort of lost here in the alleys. But for the purposes of this one final thing, Stefan ended up tying and got to 15 successes at the same time. So one more, dexterity plus athletics.
That's 3.
I'll go ahead and I'll make this roll out in the open. One, 2, 3. Tied again. Well, looks like you get to roll again. Hot pursuit here. So the priest and the savant running throughout the city.
That's a fail.
Unless he fails.
No,
Nope.
he did not. It takes quite some time, and you fucking swear to God, you just had him! He goes diving through an alleyway and down a subway and around so many corners and hops onto a train, and you're like, I have a fucking gun, I can't go! Oh, God damn it.
Oh, I'm not caring about that.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, he's gone. Right there at the end. Fuck! So eventually, I suppose you end up making your way back to the church. Yeah, there's police sirens. People have obviously called, law enforcement agencies. There's that car outside with two greasy piles of ash near it, but no human is ever gonna notice that shit. And of course, there's the car with the shot-out tire and all of the gunfire that's transpired. Lots
Yeah.
of remnants of shells and blood on the ground, and other forms of gunfire.
Since you
I
mentioned, since you
before
mentioned that there's all those gawkers, I'm actually going to get the gun back from Marcus and then be out of there as quickly as possible. I doubt I'll still be there by the time that Byron and Joseph get back.
Marcos will probably head inside the church to make sure Leslie hasn't done anything stupid.
Byron will,
Well, I
I
can't.
guess,
Well,
wait for
apparently she's disappeared again.
the... Byron, when he gets there, if the cops aren't there already, I guess he'll just wait for him. I mean, because he hasn't been shot, and he hasn't been doing any shooting either. So if anything comes up, he can
He
talk
did
to
have a
him.
gun brandish. There is that.
Yeah, but onlookers will know that he was not firing. He was just trying to get him to reload and that type of thing.
No, they
So-
won't. Onlookers will
remember-
remember almost nothing about the actual details of the fight.
remember, you're in the middle of Chinatown. There's probably a large chunk of the population that doesn't even speak English. Not
Fair
like
enough.
the majority,
Well,
but a small number that probably don't even speak English.
The
Give a
number
loud-
of people that can actually accurately remember things that happen in a crisis situation is minuscule.
Oh, I agree. But if they ever bring it up, Byron can still say, I never shot. I mean, if they say there was shooting going on, they can even say that I shot. They can say, well, test me. And Byron will flush himself before he will he'll be down to 2 blood points, but it won't be hungry yet. He'll be hungry tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. But,
Anyway, Jermaine gets the gun from Marcus, and you go driving off in your car?
Yes.
Okay. Joseph still got his AK. Byron, you end up making it back outside, and of course, Joseph, you eventually do as well. What do you two want to do?
I want to stash my AK before I start even heading back.
Okay, done and done.
all right, if that's a good point. Well, Byron isn't going to stash his gun, but he's going to, put it in his pocket, and he'll wait for the cops. Like I said, just out front.
All right, concealed weapon. When they check you for weapons, they'll be happy about that.
Oh, he'll immediately say, I have a concealed weapon, and he'll admit that he drew it because there was a gunfight in front of the church that he was at. So he was defending the premises. That's the story he's going to give.
Okay.
Why even be there?
They're going to want to talk to somebody, aren't they? I mean, if you...
Yeah,
Yeah.
let him talk to the priest.
Oh, and while I'm heading back, I'm obfuscated.
Okay, true story. They could just talk to the priest.
I mean, he kind of does own this thing.
Just seriously, be there.
I mean, Marcus went
Well-
inside just to check on Leslie, but I don't know where she is, so...
Well, Byron doesn't want to leave without talking to Leslie. Leslie, that's the first thing. So he wants to be here. He can go into the church and not do any. I guess he could do that, yeah, and let Joseph deal with it. But I mean, whatever. They're going to see a pale priest talking about how his church was attacked and stuff. So whatever. He doesn't care, I guess. He'll wait inside.
Okay. So, Joseph, it looks like you are hungry.
Yeah, what rolls?
What I'm actually going to do, by the way, is go stash my car somewhere and then come back on foot.
Okay.
Later, I'm going to want to get rid of the barrel, at the very least, of my rifle.
All right. Well, Joseph, what does your character do after you stash the gun and return back to the church?
It all depends on what I see at the church when I'm returning.
There's still the vehicle that the gentlemen who were going to attack you drove up in. There's, of course, the blood and shots that are all scattered around, because that was clearly a fighting zone, along with the 2 greasy piles of ash that are by the vehicle as well. Leslie's not there. Marcus is inside, Byron's inside, and Jermaine has clearly driven off. The Gawkers are still looking out through the windows, but you're obfuscated. They obviously don't spot you, and there are definitely sirens approaching.
Then I think I'm going to leave it to Rain and Craig to handle. There's nothing me doing there's going to help. So I'm
If anything,
going
you
to
might
go...
make it worse because you're hungry.
Right, so I'm going to go out and feed in a way that I don't think Joseph will have fed very many times before. Just look for someone he can talk to and feed on. Someone who looks out of place, like late coming home at night or something like that.
Okay. Well, go ahead and take care of that now. Let's see. Your domain, you have how many dots in that personally here in Flushing? 2? Or 1?
2.
2. Alright, it's at late night. You have an enchanting voice. Give me a... After factoring in all those modifiers, charisma plus... I don't know. Empathy? At difficulty 4. That's a success!
Oh, 4. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because it was a 4. You got a 4 there. Alright. First thing that I do need you to do now is because you're hungry. Self-control roll. Difficulty 6. If you want to spend a point of willpower, you can circumnavigate this.
I'm going to save willpower for the sanguinary animism.
Okay.
It's a self-control, right? So that's 3 dice.
Yup.
Thank you.
Alright. Now, willpower roll is needed. Difficulty 6. You can spend a willpower point. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. How much blood would you like to drink from this one individual?
All of it.
You can safely drink 2 dots without causing any sort of long-term harm to this vessel.
I'm checking which will get me out of hunger. It's 7 mice control, so 7, 6, 5, 4. I just need 2 dots. Then yeah, I'll just use the 2 dots.
Okay. That pretty much takes an hour for you. Byron, Marcus, while Joseph's gone hunting for an hour, you walk back into the church. Rain and Craig are definitely both there, and they're spending their time talking with the police. They weren't told exactly what happened, but it's just good, because they don't actually know what happened. So they explain a bunch of things they heard, details, gunfights, what have you. They don't name any of your names, and they appear to at least have some rapport with the police due to recent events that have transpired here in front of the church as if it's some sort of battleground. Police are pushed away. They have the car,
Clearly
though.
there's gangs in the area.
They have the car, though, which this vehicle that was driven up, they actually take it and tow it away as evidence.
Which is the reason I'm getting rid of that gun barrel.
Beyond that, everything is passed off okay. As for you, Marcus and Byron, you don't actually find Leslie.
No, I was going to say I'm going to just, when I'm in the middle of the church here, before, I don't know if that's where the cops are or not, but I will say loudly, it's like, well, Leslie, if you're here, thanks for helping us. That was impressive.
No response.
He didn't figure so.
Well, Marcus might have thought about checking on David's room, because maybe that's where she went. On the other hand, he is hungry, and David is just going to sit there.
Right, I would definitely have you make a self-control roll.
So Marcus is going to, when it looks like he can leave safely, he's going to walk out and attempt to get to Astoria before he has to feed, but if he doesn't make it that far, he'll feed wherever he can.
Have me make a self-control roll at difficulty 6 to make it to Astoria. Depending on how you transit, you're going to be around a lot of people. If you want to spend a point of willpower, you certainly can.
I'm going to roll, and if I fail, I fail. I failed, but I didn't botch, so that's one thing.
No, but you're going to have to start spending willpower points now, because, what, you would have probably taken the metro, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna be frenzying on the subway.
Oh dear.
Oh, you.
Oh, how long does willpower last?
Jump on the back of the train.
A turn.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to spend a point of willpower and attempt to bust through one of the windows. Or wherever to just get
Let's
out.
see here.
Yeah, just get the fuck out of there and start eating some rats. There's a lot of rats in New York.
See,
How many drunk rats are there?
the
A lot.
the character must score 5 successes to completely overcome the desires for violence, but even one success halts the frenzy temporarily. For each success below 5, the character can resist the urge to frenzy for 1 turn. After this duration expires, let me check willpower here. As, of course, that wouldn't be in the same section for frenzying. No, it's in the spending willpower section, which technically makes sense. But it'd be helpful to refer to it again.
It's too bad they're not right next to each other.
No fucking shit. Let's see here. Willpower... Maybe it actually is in that section. This is important. I actually want to follow the book's advice on this since I'm a newbie here. I don't want to make this shit up as I go.
I'm sorry, what's being looked?
I'm looking for the process of spending, I wanted like an exact page number for spending willpower for the purposes of frenzying. I wanted to check that. And I was looking at the exact section for it, and maybe it's something that perhaps was in revised that isn't in 20th anniversary edition? Because I didn't spot it in the spending willpower section. Maybe I was just quickly glancing over and I missed it. I suppose I will allow you to, we'll say for the time being, to keep this session moving. Yeah, you can spend a point of willpower and smash your way out of the subway. By all means.
Well, I do so. And now I'm apparently on the tracks.
Yes. Well, hopefully you're not standing exactly on the tracks. Maybe you rolled off into a little bit of a service walkway.
Hopefully.
This is going to deal a point of bashing damage to you. You bust through the window and then fling your body outside. But I won't have you do it next Tuesday plus athletics. And you are currently underground in the subway.
Well, I believe I'm frenzying now.
And you are now frenzying, but there is no one to eat.
Oh, hey, by the way, they don't have to be alcoholic rats because he's already in frenzy.
Right.
And they're not, they're not mortals. I believe the condition, well, I don't know. Regardless,
No.
you're frenzying. And,
The
yeah.
actual point is, I mean, the penalty for not consuming someone tainted
right.
is you frenzy.
Yep. Well, bad news. As it turns out, not a whole lot of people right here. Not a whole lot of anything. So for the
I'm
next...
so fucking mad.
So for the next hour...
Yeah, for the next hour, I pretty much just trudge up and down those tunnels.
Looking for a fucking rat.
Alright, Jermaine, you eventually stash your car. Have you come back to the church?
Yeah, eventually.
Byron, does he go back to Astoria? Does he stay at the church? He's hungry too, right?
No, I didn't end up, well, he wasn't hungry either way.
Ah,
I
right,
didn't
your
use
self-control, yep.
Yeah, I didn't use I didn't flush myself since I was just going to let Joseph handle it, but he's having the ghouls handle it, so
Yeah.
I've got 3 for 15 now.
You're just skirting at the edge there.
Yeah, I think I'm hungry at, it's 2 or I don't know if it's below 2 or at 2. I can't remember.
It's like your self-control is 4, right?
Right. So it's.
So yeah, it's below 3. It's 2 and 1 blood point. That's when you're hungry.
Right. That makes sense.
So you're fine. You definitely don't have much left in the tank, but you're not. You're not as bad off as, say, Marcus is, who's currently raging in the subway right now.
Right. What time is it? Like 1 or 2 or something like that, give or take?
Yeah, 1:43.
All right. Well, Byron will wait around to see if Jermaine or anyone shows back up, really, till, say, 3-ish. And if nobody does, he'll go and find food somewhere.
Well, eventually,
Or go back to
Jermaine
Toreador.
does end up coming back.
Right.
Is Joseph
Well, I
going to
kinda knew
continue
that,
to hunt anymore after this once?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Fuck. I can't. There's no way. I look around for a clock first.
Alright, it's the same time that I just told Byron.
Oh, I'm sorry. My wife was yelling at me.
Oh, it's fine. Rabble, 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 rabble. It's 1:43.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll continue hunting.
Okay, go ahead and give me another charisma plus empathy at difficulty 4.
Success.
Suppose you got all the ones out of the way now, because you got to make that willpower difficulty 6 roll. Come on, all those willpower points.
Yes.
Okay, you want to take 2 blood points?
Yes, 2 blood
Alright.
points. And I'm hearing the voices, but they are not controlling me.
Jermaine, you eventually get up to the church again, where Byron is. Car's gone. Police are gone. Ghouls are tired and milling about, but they had to talk with the police for quite some time for evidence, and they took the car and they've sort of milling around in the other sections of the neighborhood, looking for what people may or may not have seen.
Alright, well, Jermaine remembers full well that Byron didn't fire even a single shot. So he is going to go in and talk to Byron. Where's everyone else?
Did Byron see Marcus leave? If not, he's just going to shrug because he certainly doesn't know where Joseph is.
Byron saw Marcus leave, but Marcus definitely didn't go say where. You could assume that he might have been hungry, was going to perhaps go back home, but you wouldn't know for sure.
Yeah. And Leslie?
Actually, Byron's going to say, yeah, I was kind of waiting around to see if you'd show back up here. Does your little cube thing indicate she's around anywhere?
Does it?
It is pinging, yes.
Well, let's go see where she might be hiding, unless you have a better idea.
I want to go check on Mr. David Green. He's being kept here, is he not?
Byron will raise an eyebrow and say, all right, follow me. He doesn't see much reason not to show him. Maybe a mistake.
That's where he expects her to be.
Right, I figured. But anyway, yeah, well, I don't know where it is on this map, but we'll go there.
I did put it on the map. But as it turns out, Jermaine ends up being correct. Peeking into the room, there is the body of the small, petite waif. She has clearly managed to heal herself up fully. But there are definitely remnants of blood that leaked out onto her clothes. And she's sort of in the same room looking at the torpor Nosferatu. And she's got a cork on her head. But she definitely hears the two of you approach. She swivels her head to look at you. Her claws are gone.
Bonus. Well, Byron will repeat what he said before. He's going to say, I thank you for your assistance. It was quite impressive before.
She looks at Byron, nods, looks back at at David.
And what time is it right now?
1:47.
Are you staying here then?
What's that? Talking to me?
No.
Staying here? Why would I?
I mean for the next hour or so. Or are you about to leave?
She quirks her head. Don't know.
That's fair.
One got away.
One did get away.
She
Unless
grunts.
Joseph got it.
Yeah, Byron will shrug. I lost him out quite quickly, but Joseph was still in hot pursuit when I last saw him.
She shakes her head. Couldn't be of much use to that myself. Sort of hard. She taps the newly knitted skin of her face. Rebuilding this. Bit distracting.
Byron will nod. He'll say, the good news is I have a fair guess on why all these people want you.
She quirks her brow. Why?
Not a lot of vampires can do what you did out there. Get up from a shotgun blast to the face within minutes.
Well, speaking out of character as a storyteller, when you're incapacitated, you're still allowed to spend your blood points on healing yourself.
And
She wasn't
vampires
for...
can heal. Vampires can heal everything from lethal and badging up. So if she had enough blood points left over after doing all that stuff, she's fine.
Well, I
Yep.
thought she was totally incapacitated. Yeah, okay, I didn't
Yeah,
realize
like
that.
you're gonna pass. If she had taken any more damage, she would have been forced into torpor. But she didn't take any more damage. She was just
Yeah,
incapacitated.
I thought she was actually into torpor at that point. I just misunderstood.
Nope, that's why I said incapacitated. She was incapacitated.
Gotcha. Well, then I take that back. Then Byron. Well, he's not as impressed anymore, if that's the case. I mean, he was really impressed when he thought it just like, yeah. But, I mean, he's still a little bit impressed. She freaking disemboweled one guy. But yeah, but he'll say, so earlier you mentioned you had something to ask David and perhaps to a lesser extent me. What might that be?
She smiles. I don't think I'll be asking it now. It wasn't pleasant.
What was it? Your request, or I'm confused? I mean, out of character, I'm confused. What is she actually referring to?
You don't know.
Okay. In character, I'm confused. What was unpleasant?
What I was going to say, so I won't.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about being unpleasant. I mean, you know,
I was going to kill him. And perhaps you as well. After all, you did bring me back, and then not kill me like I had asked. She says this in a rather calm voice, as if this were factual data and should not come as any surprise at all.
Byron will sigh and nod and say, that is the case. But do you... No, he won't say anything else.
I changed my mind.
Jermaine is going to go get a pen and some more paper.
Okay, that leaves Byron alone with the Nosferatu vampire and the chick who just figured that just said, yeah, I was thinking about killing you. I let it go.
You know what? I reconsidered. Now that your bodyguard's gone.
Right. Byron will say, well, I don't know how much others have informed you about the situation, but you are very much the center of at least 3 different groups of vampires looking for you right now.
So Jermaine gave me the impression.
Would you like to know your choices from my point of view?
I don't think I'll understand, but please do explain.
Well, you have one group that, through no fault of my own, might have the impression that you're a thin blood and therefore wants to have you killed, perhaps, or at least questioned. That would be the Camarilla. Then you've got the second group, which I believe is the Sabbat. Those are the people that shot up, then blew up our business, and then just attacked us out front. And then the third group is actually a person. He is a very old, very let's just say
Weird.
he makes me very uneasy character that we met with just prior to coming back here. We don't really know his intentions about you, but it seems that he wants you for your ability to hide, your chameleon ability.
I see. And what do you think is best, Byron?
For whom?
She shrugs.
For me, I don't even know. Because, for instance, if you were to get into the hands of the Camarilla, that would solve one set of problems for us. However, if you were to be put in the hands of the Sabbat, well, I actually don't want that. I don't see an upside for that at all for anyone concerned. However, this third person, it would also solve a lot of problems if you were to go to him. There is no right answer here. I'm just laying it out for you so you can decide and better know your environment.
She takes that for a few seconds. Jermaine is still far and away gathering the paper, so it's just her and Byron alone. She has that sort of cutting look that she had back whenever she was strapped to a chair so long ago in a crazy room, and says, "Which choice solves the most problems?"
That is something I've been trying to figure out all night, except for the points in which we were fighting. That was a little distracting. I don't know. I haven't decided. Both have pros and cons. One choice would make an enemy of an enigmatic guy that lives, I don't know, half a mile underground. The other one, it would make enemies perhaps of a whole bunch of powerful vampires that are in control of the city here. So,
Half a
choose
mile
your
underground?
poison.
She perks a brow, confused.
Yes, that is where we met the other fellow that had the interesting proposition prior to coming here.
Okay. Jermaine, while you are gone, you retrieve the paper and the writing utensil. The ping goes off in your head. But it's just a constant thing along with the heat thing. Apparently, apparently this artifact, this trinket, really does want you to fucking notice whenever its object or whatever it's hunting is around. It's doing a pretty good job of letting you know she's still here.
Cool.
Oh,
Eventually. What's up?
Also, Byron will mention, just because he thinks Leslie should know, and he said the thing that made me the most uneasy about this guy is how much do you know about flesh crafting? The ability of some vampires to mold and change flesh around by fiat, by their whim.